Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumi Desalu-Vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. Are we living and loving the beats? This hairband is by Zara. I love it. I just think it's nice and bright and it's so hot today. And today I'm like super casual. The shirt is by H&M. And then the jeans, let me step back, is by Zara. That's it, just kind of like a loose fit, you know. So that's what I am wearing today. I want to share something with you guys. The other day I bumped into a wonderful Fumi Nation when I had just dropped Adrian off. And she's from Congo Kinshasa. And she was telling me, Fumi, I started following you because I was looking for bras. And like I've told you guys so many times before, you know, I'm making stuff for you. And for whatever reason, I whipped out some swatches that I'm using for the bras. And I said, you know what, Fums? You guys are so fabulous. You're so wonderful. You support me. I love you guys. You've given me more than you can ever imagine. Why don't I share some of the process with you? So I'm going to put up swatches for you. I'm not going to tell you what colors I've already chosen. But I want you in the comment section to tell me what colors you like. I think they've got numbers on the side. Let me look. Yes, they've got numbers on the side. And these are for bras, for slips, for panties, for full slips as well. You let me know what shades you like. I want to start sharing some of the process with you guys. And you'll come with me to the manufacturers. I think it's a good thing because it's for you. It truly is for you. And I want you to enjoy what I make for you. And I think part of that is choosing what you like. I like picking out my presents. I don't like a surprise because sometimes the surprise is on the giver. I like to tell you, this is what I want. Buy me this. Give me this. You understand me? Send me that. I love it. Because for me, that's everything. And my very, very, very close friends, of course, family, they're like, Fumi, I have a surprise for you. And I'm like, what? Because they've given me gifts on a regular. And so I know it's going to be one of those things that I like. And I said, Fumi, do it for Fumi Nation. If there's any community that you should do it for, is for Fumi Nation. Share the process with them. Let them get excited. But above all, make stuff that they want. Also, for my smaller busted girls, I can never forget you. I will never forget you. You are the blueprint, actually. You are. I mentioned the bigger busted girls because until I had Adrian and my boobs blew up, I never realized how much of a hassle it was to find good support, good bras, lovely bras with patterns and style until I got bigger. And that's why I always talk about my limousine girls because they are often left out. So don't think I've forgotten about my small busted girls. Absolutely not. When we create, when we design, we always start with the 34B, 34C. That's kind of like the standard. And then we go from there. And again, many of the bigger bras only go to a certain letter. I'm going all the way to K. So trust me when I tell you, I'm coming with a whole bunch of fun stuff for you. For my black sisters, for my white sisters, for my, is that politically correct? Caucasian sisters, African American sisters, women of color, I should say, Asian, Latina. I'm coming, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. I'm not in any rush, but I decided that instead of leaving you guys outside of this, why don't I bring you in? because ultimately it's for you. So I'm going to put these swatches for you. That's the beginning. And let me know if this is what you'd like. And I think also for other girls that want to start brands, now you have a front row seat of what you have to do, of what it entails. I will share that with you, give you the confidence to say, I too can do this, So all of this stuff, let me know. That was one. Then I was saying to myself, I should do another episode on how to be successful on YouTube, what to do with YouTube, how YouTube works, how the algorithm works. There is a system to it. Yes, there is. I didn't know it until I found out. And I said, aha, I got it. So let me do some really interesting videos for you. And you let me know in the comment section. For me, we want this, we want that. What about your makeup? I will always do makeup because I've got an exciting brand I'm going to do. But the thing is that for 7 years, I did only makeup, skincare, a little bit of sister to sister. I could barely get to 30,000 followers. And then when I expanded with the bra hacks and with the hygiene and feminine hygiene, I'm going to do all of that as well. How to clean your girly parts and stuff like that. These are things that I don't mind doing. But the thing is, I want to do it for the huge majority. If not, I put all of this effort in this episode that is barely watched. That's the issue, And so when I expanded, it grew. And that was the point, because I've said it many times before. This is not my channel. It's not. No. My name is on it, and I consistently upload. It's ours, because if we had not come together and you had subscribed, it wouldn't have grown. So it's a wonderful marriage where I keep up with the consistency on this end, and I stay true to you. It's not about me, because if you don't watch it, you're not interested. Why would I put up something that you're not interested in? And you continue to subscribe because you like it and you learn from it, then we got a plan. Okay, baby. So what is this episode all about? It was a TikTok 1-minute video that you sent to me, and it was a mother who felt really bad because her daughter was denied cake at a party and told that the guests at the party were not her friends. Watch the clip.
I've been a mom shamed. Only people I've ever mom shamed are myself and my own mother. But one other mom is going to be added to the list because what the actually, this is a question. Am I entitled or was this messed up? 2 hours ago, literally right now, MK and I were at the park in my neighborhood and it was us and this birthday group, right? So literally just us and this birthday group. These kids are having their birthday party. MK's playing with them for like, what, half an hour? They're making friends. It was nice. It was actually very cute. Time to sing happy birthday. MK goes over. She's one of the group right now, all right? They're welcoming her with open arms. Or so I thought. I was wrong. Time to eat cake. I see MK. I see her intention of grabbing a piece of cake. So I, walk over to make sure it's okay. As a formality, honestly, I was like, obviously it's okay. It's cake. It's a massive cake. There's lots of leftover pieces. The mother takes the plate away from MK and gets down to her level, says, you cannot eat this cake, okay? This is not your birthday party. These are not your friends. Where's your mother?
Okay, so Fooms, what do you have to say? Let me start with the mother and her daughter. I learned so much through Adrian. I also learned how vulnerable I could be, and I realized how anything that hurts my child, it's magnified to me more. And the first 2 years I was at home with Adrian and I would take him to the park. I still do. And there are some mothers that are so wonderful because children are innocent. They don't know anything. They see something that's bright, that's colorful, that's tasty, that's sweet, they'll go for it. They don't know any better. That's why they have us to protect them and to guide them. And so, I tell you, Adrian loves bubbles. Woo! He loves bubbles. And so when I take him to the park, before I go, I buy drinks and all kinds of little stuff. I also buy about 4 or 5 bubble jars that you can take out and you can blow. I do that because I know for a fact that I'm going to meet other children in the park that will also want bubbles. And they're going to have meltdowns And so I buy for the other kids. If there's nobody there that day, I'll take it home for another time. I always make sure that when I go to the park with Adrian, he has lots of balls and he has lots of stuff to play with. And as much as we bring, there's still another toy or a scooter or whatever that you'll be attracted to. 99% of the time, the parents are so wonderful. The children are also wonderful. They are willing to share. And in so doing, Adrian has acquired more friends, and so have we. And so Adrian is invited to birthday parties constantly. As a matter of fact, he's going to one tomorrow. I am also mindful, and sometimes I feel the energy. I'm calling it like it is. And I can see that the parent is not feeling Adrian at all. I grab him. He can cry, I take him out of there. Because I don't want him to be anywhere where he's not welcome. He's a child. He's a baby. He's only 4. He doesn't know any better. But I grab him because I know who I am. And I don't want it to get real ugly, real messy up in there because I'm too sensitive when it comes to my son. Like I said, very few and far between. Very few and far between. But you can read them and you can be like, I don't think it's gonna work. Sometimes I'll even leave the park because I'm like, I don't think so. I go to a whole bunch of parks. I think we have like 5 that we go to. And it is my dream one day to build parks in areas where they don't have it for children, because children need to be outside. If they're at home too much, oh my God. So, they run around and they are ready for bed and they're exhausted, and so mommy and daddy can rest. So I will say this to the parent with the daughter. I am very sorry that you experienced that, because that would hurt me. That would hurt me. And I also listened twice where you said you walked up to see if it was okay. But I didn't hear you ask the parent if it was okay. You just assumed. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I've said it on this channel. If you're a mother of one, you're a mother of all. Now you know, through this bitter experience, that not everybody is like you or is willing to share. Now you know. You make sure as much as you can, because this journey of parenthood, we learn on it as well. Take your child away from there. And I like the fact that you are not combative, that you didn't exchange any words with her. You take your child and you cry when you get home. You take your child and you go and buy her the biggest cake and let her enjoy it. And you explain to her that some people are like that. And you also explain to her that she always has to ask permission first. You also explain to her that if it's not her party, she should come to you and say, Mommy, is it okay for me to go there? And you in turn will ask and get an answer if it is okay for your child to partake in an event that she was not originally invited to. Because you want to avoid people like this. It is protecting your very fragile and emotional heart and state when it comes to your child. To the parent that had the party in a park for your child, it is a public park. It is not a private base. because you have that. Some parents, they'll rent out a hall, a room, a restaurant, a garden, whatever, and you see all of the party events going on. That's a private event where you have to be able to go in, invited and allowed in for the party. But if you have a party in a park, a public park, you have to understand, be aware of, and also expect that there will be other children there of different ages. Let me tell you, even when I see a pop-up makeup, I walk by. Event, how come I was not invited? I want to go in. Mac, oh, you guys are there. Oh, my name is Fumi, I'm an influencer. I start selling myself quick to see if I can get a goodie bag or something. And I'm a full-fledged middle-aged woman of 54, and I still go gaga goo over any kind of girly event, makeup, perfume, skincare, fragrance, anything. Even if they're giving away water in a pink bottle, I want it. That's my version of cake. You want to be included. All these people dressed up, looking happy and nice, and everything is shiny, and all these lovely goodie bags. I really want to be involved. It makes me happy. So you had this wonderful event for your child, as you should, in a park. You should have expected that there'll be other children that would want to partake in this wonderful, shiny, glossy event. There's cake, people are dressed in lovely pink, orange dresses, and there's all kinds of music going on, and there's little games and stuff like that. Oh my God, that is a head rush for any child. You couldn't expect any child just to walk by or stand to the side and look. On top of which, I have held and given parties throughout my life. My nieces, my nephews, my friends. And you know we are Africa. You know we are Niger. I don't know of any event that I have done or I've attended where there's even food that you take to go home. And that includes cake. There's always more. There's always leftovers. To the point that I will bring home and bring for my neighbors. Or my neighbors will knock on the door and say, it was so-so-so's birthday. My name is blah, blah, blah. I'm new in the neighborhood. We just wanted to bring some cake and something for your little one. And you break ice that way. So there's always a lot of food. Always a lot of food. The little girl was playing with the guests, your guests, the guests or the invitees of your child's party. It came to her having some cake. You couldn't have let her have that one slice of cake. You're a parent. Perhaps that was just her one moment of being happy, and you couldn't extend it to the child. That is even bad enough, because you know the child will be disappointed. The mother will be hurt. You knelt down to her level and you told her, not your party, not your cake, and these are not your friends. To a child. Was it necessary to say that? That is the beginning of insecurity. You just damaged her confidence. You stripped it away from her and you humiliated her in front of everybody. You let her know that she's not welcome, that she doesn't deserve, that nobody knows her, nobody is willing to be her friend. These are not your friends. We have to be very careful when we become parents. You don't know what that child will become tomorrow. And you don't know if somewhere along the line you will need the help of this mother. It was a bad call. It was unnecessary and it was mean. And I decided to do this story because I watched so many Lifetime movies when I was in America. And there'll be stories about how parents plotted and planned to do all kinds of crazy things to each other. It always started in school, in sports, at a game, at a party, stuff like this. You are lucky the mother took her child and walked away. It was wrong on every level. It was wrong. And you are teaching your children to be like you. Because they watch and they copy what we say and do. It was a shame that you felt you had to do that. You had no right. As a parent, you had no right. You should have welcomed her in. You should have welcomed the mother in. You should have asked her what was her name. You should have asked, are they in the neighborhood? You should have introduced that girl to your son or daughter. And I'm positive they would have said, happy birthday. You should have been so open to say, come on through and make friends. Because you don't know when, I tell you, and this is fact. It's a wonderful woman. She used to run. I just used to see her running. I used to see her running back and forth. And I used to go for long walks because, as a lot of you know, Ula puts Adrian down in the evenings. And so, one day she tripped. So, I picked her up. I said, I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay. And I said, I'll walk you home because it was kind of bleeding and I was kind of done. To my utmost surprise, I found that we lived in the same neighborhood. And she's Indian. And she said, Fumi, I want to share something with you, something in Hindu. And I loved it because what I do, a lot of the time, wherever you're from, wherever, I always try to say something positive of an experience that I've had from that culture. And being Indian, I said, oh, I love chapati. I love it. I love the curry and this and that. Anyway, that was that, One day, it was howling, it was raining. And she called me because we exchanged numbers. And she said, Fumi, my children are coming home. But the door is locked, it's jammed. They're with the nanny. Can they come and stay with you? I said, of course, yes. They stayed with me, fed them, laughed with them, talked with them. Because she's a lawyer and she couldn't get out of the city fast enough to come back home. And that kind of really broke the ice. And she said, Fumi, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I said, no, it's okay. They're kids, they're children. What do they know? And she said, and you fed them? I said, of course. I said, they're hungry. They're coming from school. That's what they're supposed to do. Regardless of our culture, regardless of what they ate at home or what the children did, the children ate in my home. And they felt comfortable and safe because mommy knew where they were. Be very careful how you treat other children and children's parents, because it will flip on you one day. And your son or child can find themselves in that same position. There was no reason, no rhyme or reason for you to have done what you did. But now that I know that there are people like you out there, I'm going to be extra cautious. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and you really let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Am I being too whatever? I don't know. It was just too bizarre. I can never find justification for her telling her that. If there was not enough cake, I can understand. And even then, I would have cut 1-2 slices into 2, into 4 again. Because they're just kids. They're just kids. All of my love.